little less frantic, I guess you could call it, in terms of just how fast everything happened last year, and getting not just the scouting staff onboarded, but the coaches then onboarded to new procedures and modes of operation. So I think just some of the familiarities really helped just the flow and the way that we operate on a day-to-day basis, the schedule, the routine, what the coaches expect. That's been very clear and concise throughout the process, and I think it's just allowed us to maybe get to different or deeper dialogue maybe a little bit quicker.
He's somebody that I think by season's end, and I shared with the majority of you in the room, that he was somebody we wanted to align ourselves with beyond just the contract that we had at the time. And, his commitment to our football team, his commitment to his teammates, it seeps out of his soul, and it was very easy to see what his piece to our puzzle meant, and the scheme fit, the priorities that we have on our defense. It just all really matches up in a real way, and glad that he was able to earn himself that opportunity and know that he's going to take advantage of it. He doesn't take it for granted, and he's the type of human being that you feel comfortable making a decision like that about, and really excited for really the evolution that we'll see moving forward with not only his usage, but that entire defensive front and those guys behind him.
It's probably hard to say. I think the good part is, based off of where we're mapping things out, there's a lot of depth of positions that we feel like we're going to address. Beyond that, as it always seems to be the case, is when it comes to the rush, there's a good chunk of defensive ends in this crop in comparison to maybe some of the others, which I think will make for an exciting first round, because typically when you can rush the passer, there's going to be a priority, a premium gets placed on that. There's no reason to think that guys that we might label as incomplete become complete by the time their NFL career is over. There is development that occurs and surprises people, is why day 3 and undrafted college free agents become Pro Bowlers and All Pros.
As you look at the draft, how much do you have to project whether a guy knows how to block?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's like what you're projecting with both Y and F. It's like, okay, what Y has enough athletic, movements and athleticism and hands and ball skills and feel to be able to run the route tree, and then what F, essentially with so much of the spread offense and some of those guys not being in a lot of those situations that you're projecting a little bit. Can they do it? Can they block maybe at the second level, and linebackers, safeties? What do those matchups look like for the player that we're talking about? And so yeah, there's a little bit of a projection, especially at that position, because you're seeing so many different ways they're being used, and then you look at how much the tight ends were used or the extra O-linemen were used in the NFL this year at the Y position, but also what the F or the U could be in some of those multiple tight end personnel groupings.
Are you got to convince Pacelli to not take 11 offensive linemen?
Trust me, yes. That answer, if they don't play hard, it's hard for Tony to get around
Regardless of position.
Regardless of position, which I really
They
appreciate.
don't block or tackle.
Yeah, at a high clip. No, we're working on him. No, he's doing it. I appreciate that about Tony, and because it's our culture. It's it's what we want to be, is physical and tough, and that can't be something that we sacrifice.